Hi gorgeous, my name is Ara and today I'm going to be doing a wear test on two different skin tints. I have my OG favorite, the Fenty Eaze Drop. I don't know why that took me a second to remember what it was. And my newer one to my collection, the Nyx Bare W Blur Tint. I'm actually going to be comparing the two of these to see which one wears better. Give me your opinion in the comments section if you think you know which one I actually like. And we'll see if you're right. Today is all about a wear test comparison between the Fenty Eaze Drop and the NYX Bare W Blur. I have these both in the shade 4 actually. The NYX looks a little bit darker than the Fenty, but it could just be the packaging. So I'm going to use the NYX on my right side of the face and my Fenty on the left side of the face. I only have skincare on. I'm not going to use a typical primer that I would. I kind of want to see what they'll do throughout the day, which one will break down quicker, which one will last longer, which one looks better, without all of the extra stuff that I normally do. So what I want to do is put a little bit of each on my dish. And I'm gonna use a melt buffer brush on both sides. I do have two of those brushes. Just to kind of compare how they apply with the same brush. So when I used the NYX foundation last week, it seemed a little bit more drying. And this is actually a really good shade for me. This doesn't have a scent, and I do like the way it looks when I first apply it. And it still covers a little bit of my redness better than I thought it would when I originally bought it. Okay, this is one side of my face with one pump. I'm going to use one pump of the Fenty Eaze Drop on this side. This is a different Melt Cosmetics brush, and this shade looks actually slightly darker than the NYX when it's on my face. It's a little bit thinner in texture and consistency. A little bit lighter. It's spreading out lighter than the NYX did. Doesn't look as dry so far. Okay, I can kind of tell the differences right away. This one is a little bit thinner coverage. Ever so slightly darker. I'm not really sure if you can tell that on camera though. It's a little bit more watery. It's spread a little bit easier than the NYX. This one is a little bit more mattifying. This one is less so, but this one looks a little bit more natural, if that makes sense. This one looks a little bit more skin-like in finish. I'm gonna go ahead and use concealer all over my face, the same concealer. I'm not gonna test a different concealer. And then I'm going to do my base. I'm not going to use powder just because I kind of want to see how these would both wear and how they look throughout the day without setting my entire face in powder. I'm just going to set my under eyes. Today I'm going to be using my Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Concealer. I have mine in the shade 1C0 Silk. And I'm going to use this to conceal my under eyes and a little bit of my trouble spots here. I'm going to blend that out with my Sigma F67 brush. And then I'll zoom you in to kind of show you how they both look up close. I actually have the house all to myself right now. Wait a minute. No, that's a lie. My eldest, he works night shift. He is asleep in his room. But for the most part, I have the house to myself. Either everyone is at work or at school. That's beautiful. Let me zoom you in here so you can kind of get a better idea. This is NYX. And this is Fenty. All right, I'm going to speed through my base makeup and then show you how it looks when it's completed. What I plan to do after I pick up the kids and kind of go about my day is just do some check-ins to see which one is wearing better than the other. And then we'll finish off this video together. There is no powder on this brush. This is a Sonia G smooth buffer. I'm just gonna use this to kind of buff around the edges. All right, I'm back. My face is finished. It is 2:35 in the afternoon. I have not powdered. I haven't sprayed my face. This is what it looks like. It's been on for about an hour. This is the Fenty side. This is the NYX. Right now, I prefer the Fenty side for a little more lightweight. You'll have to let me know in the comments which one you would prefer. And then, let's see here. At the 4-hour mark, I'll do another check-in. So let's see, at 2:30 right now. 4:30, I'll do another check-in and see how it wears 4 hours from now. Well, from when I started. But I do think right now I prefer Fenty. The NYX side is looking just slightly dry. Either way though, we'll see how they wear throughout the day, and then I'll come back and finish up give my final thoughts on which one I think is gonna do better for summer or just for everyday light makeup. All right, you guys, it is officially 4:30 in the afternoon. This is how my foundation is holding up. Lashes not so much, they wanna come up in the corners. Again, this is my Fenty, and this is the NYX. And no primer. So far, so good. It's not breaking up anywhere just yet. I think at this point, at the 4-hour mark, they're both equal so far. So we'll see how the day goes. All right, guys, it's been 8 hours. It is officially a little after, oh, what is it, 8:30? Oh no, 8:45. I have now had this on for 8 hours and 15 minutes. I'm exhausted. Okay. NYX Fenty, no primer, no powder, except for under my eyes and right here. My nose looks about how I figured it would without primer and powder. My forehead, they look great. I mean, I can't really tell a difference between the two. They both kind of wore the same, very similarly. This one has slightly more coverage. They've worn around my nose how I figured they would. My little frown lines. I mean, I really can't tell a difference, so I think they're great. Price-wise, let's see, I did some math earlier. The Fenty Eaze Drop is $35. The NYX is $14. For Fenty, it is 85 cents per gram, and then for NYX, it is 46 cents per gram. So, and then for both of them to wear very similarly, I mean, you really can't go wrong with the NYX. I really think that's a better, more cost-efficient skin tint if you're looking for a skin tint. Obviously, it's your money. Do what you want with it. But for that price, I mean, and the way that they wear, if you're similar to me, which is normal to dry, I'd go with NYX. All right, that is it for the face. I finished my eyes off. The lips I'm wearing are the Unearthly Cosmetics Cupid Lip Gloss. This is my hands down favorite. I bought 2 of these as a backup, and I know it's in stock now in the new packaging. It goes absolutely perfectly with these eyes. I only use 2 different eyeshadows for my eyes. The About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Smell Before Rain, and my Unearthly Cosmetics Gel Eyeshadow in the shade Asteroid. I think this is the like flaky cream eyeshadow. I know they have 2 different kinds, like a smooth gel and a flaky one. I think this is the flaky one. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am. But I don't know why I didn't wear this for Valentine's Day. It would make an absolutely perfect Valentine's Day look. But yeah. So that's it. That's all I have. I am absolutely terrible at these intros and outros. I still have a long ways to go. But that's okay. I mean, otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope this was helpful for you. Do something for yourself today because you're worth it.